Good evening, another sketchbook flip through here today. Now this is a very old one. This is from 2018, 2019, and this is heavily inspired by Peter Draws. At the time, I found out who he was in 2017. I started drawing consistently every day, and so this is the style that I went for at the time. And I also figured that I kind of want to be a tattoo artist, and so I felt like this style is very helpful for that. And now I'm not a tattoo artist now, but I like drawing, and the style's definitely changed in the past year or two, where I'm drawing robots, cyberpunk style. That's the style that I've gone in towards. But from time to time, I like to go back and make abstract drawings because it's a very good way to practice and get good with drawing. And this sketchbook, as you can see, the lines aren't very confident. They're kind of wiggly and wobbly. There is a lot of detail. I will give myself that. I'm very good at making detailed stuff, but it's not always the most amazing. It's not masterful. It's not perfect, but there is detail. There's some stippling and cross-hatching, and that's what I worked on in this sketchbook. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the brand of this sketchbook is. I think it's a Walmart Daler and Rowney, something approximating that, something near that. It's a cheap sketchbook. It's not super expensive. Now I use Moleskine sketchbooks because I just like how they feel. They feel high quality, and so that's why I use them. And I like the paper. This paper it's not good, okay? I'll admit. Which is probably why the lines were kind of fuzzy and wiggly and not how I wanted. I used a fountain pen actually a calligraphy pen for a lot of these drawings with red and green ink. Now I remember. Now that I'm looking back in the sketchbook, I'm remembering all of the tools that I used, all of the pens and everything. So I used a calligraphy nib. And I also used, I think, a couple of fine liners, maybe what's it called, a Statler fine liner. And I didn't have a lot of art supplies at this time, so I was just kind of winging it. I didn't know a lot about different things and, sketchbooks and everything. But now I'm a little more experienced. I know, okay, this is good with that paper. This technical pen is good on this. And I think this is this is probably the third or fourth sketchbook that I filled in 2018. And the ones before that are some smaller pocket-sized sketchbooks. And I had fun with this sketchbook. This is one of the sketchbooks I remember being very fun. It took a little while, and I feel like I learned a lot. This is one that made me more confident with drawing lines, with just putting the ink down. I didn't sketch before any of these. I didn't use any pencil. In the first 4 or 5 years, I didn't really use any pencil or sketch out. I just put ink down. Well, I still do, but anyways. There are a few drawings in here that I really like, but the majority of these are just very bland and basic. Or at least they are to me, because I'm so used to seeing all of these drawings. I've looked at them thousands of times, but I figured might as well make a video and let some other people see them, maybe get inspired, or start drawing or whatever. There's one page, it has a sphere. It's like a gigantic ball with some wispy smoke going around it, and an abstract design, almost like a medieval kind of church look to it. It has that. I was drawing a lot of that, actually. I was getting inspiration from cathedrals and ancient sort of designs on glass and everything, window panes. So there's a little of that in here. And flowers. I like drawing flowers a lot. There's different things you can do with that. I can transition a flower and then have it turn into a cloud, and it wisps all up across the page. Okay, I think there's like a motorcycle outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's kind of interrupting this video right now, but it is what it is. There's a little bit of a noise outside. Anyways, some stippling in here. There's a lot of dots. There are some pages where that's all that I did. I put dots down and then made clouds out of the... I like drawing... You know, I actually did draw a lot of nature, or I guess alien nature hybrids, a cross between the two. Alien flowers, alien clouds, a lot of fun stuff. There's probably about... I'm not even gonna guess, okay? I don't know how many pages there are, but there's a few in here. Okay? I don't know how many pages. I guess you can count them. Or maybe I should have counted them before I started recording this. It is whatever, okay? I think this is one of the last sketchbooks that I'm flipping through, because I flip through a lot. I have a whole stack, about 13 or 14. Not as many as I thought I did, but we're coming near the end of the sketchbooks that I have, the old ones. And now and then I'll be flipping through the newer ones that I'm making right now. So my goal is to flip through a sketchbook every single month. And I'm working on 2 sketchbooks right now. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had to say. And so I'll talk a little bit more about my plans on what I'm going to draw. And I think that I want to start on the comic, maybe an alien astronaut comic, a space themed. I'm still not sure, but I know that I should probably just start, right? Instead of just putting it off, I should just start it. And then maybe I'll turn it into a digital comic and put it on a website, or I haven't thought about it too much yet. And I'll make that comic. I also started thinking about making a language. I'm not sure what it's going to be like, because I could make it into an alien language, or I could take different languages, maybe French, or for example, or I want to take the lettering from different languages, maybe Arabic, Russian, and then take those symbols and then kind of mix them together, or maybe just take things that I like and then make... I like Z's. That's a good letter. I'll take Z's and make a zigzag with circles, and there'll be an entire alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, with zigzag letters, and then I'll just call it an alien language, which isn't super original. There are people that have done that, but I want to do it, okay? I want to create my own language. I want to be able to speak it, and then... But what interests me is the process of doing all of that. I'm not too concerned with the end result. I just like doing stuff. I like creating little things like that. Maybe... Yeah. That's the ideas. That's the things going through my head, okay? I want to make a language. It's going to be a Z-oriented language, or whatever. That's all for this video. Goodbye, okay?